Hello and welcome to another edition of Varsity Sports here on Educational Channel 15. Today we are here at Dilboy Stadium at the Greater Boston League Championship meet. However, it needs to be clarified that the results for the Greater Boston League are already in, so now this is more of an invitational where athletes today from all 5 Greater Boston League teams will be trying to qualify for the state final meet. And qualification is extremely difficult in each event. We will try to bring you today as many events as possible. Standing right beside me is Lady Highlander track and field athlete Angela Shrestha. Hello, Angela. My name is Tim Cronin. Welcome to the broadcast. And again, we will try to cover as many events as possible. Now, Angela is out on injury right now. And Angela, your thoughts today? You'll be cheering on your teammates?
Of course, why not?
Absolutely. Thank you, Angela. The sun is shining now. It was quite cool earlier. Now it seems to be warming up. This is just excellent weather for track and field. There's a nice cool breeze out here. It's not so hot. It's not too cool. And we are here to bring you this meet, so please stay with us. And we are here at the high jump area. We have several athletes from the various Greater Boston League schools. We have a young man from Everett here. His name is Andeline Letarian, and his name is Rafael Vidal. Little correction there. Not able to clear that height. His personal best is 5'6" on the high jump bar. We have a little treat here. We have the athlete who came in third in this event in the state final indoors just a couple of months ago. His name is Joao Baptista. He is a Somerville Highlander. For the folks at home, there's a lot of talk about his sister, Melissa Baptista, track and field athlete, star basketball player. But this young man, Joao Baptista, has really made a name for himself in the Massachusetts high school track and field world. He has come on this year as one of the best high jumpers in the state of Massachusetts. He is one of us. He's a Somervillian, and we look forward to his attempt this afternoon. He obviously is the number 1 seed here this afternoon, and he will be going last in the order. His personal best is 6 feet 4 inches outdoors, and this young man just unable to clear the bar. That's Malcolm Ducasse of Somerville. So Malcolm will have more attempts. And next up is Ortiz of Malden. Right now, these are just preliminary jumps. Mr. Joe Constantine is directing. Erin Romano on camera. We are Educational Channel 15, bringing you this Greater Boston League Championship. And again, as previously mentioned, the league championship has already been decided. The Somerville boys, our Highlanders, are the Greater Boston League champions. The girls, the Lady Highlanders, they were able to come in third place in the Greater Boston League. So congratulations to the boys on their championship. And they are looking today, Coach Dave Dickerson is looking to put his athletes in events where, again, they can qualify for the state meet. And that's what the other coaches are doing also. So a very exciting time here. And this young man, Malcolm Ducasse of Somerville, making another attempt. The long jump and triple jump is taking place at the other end of Dilboy Stadium. Malcolm recovering well on his attempt. Nice job, Malcolm. We have the shot put going on in the far corner. Erin Romano used to do shot put and the javelin. She is probably the strongest person on the field here. Joe and I are very careful not to mess with her. And we can see the athletes on the loose here. You can see in the lighter blue shirts our athletes from Somerville. Oddmark Ozit, Wilbins Vincent, and Ken Allen competing for the Highlanders. Oddmark Ozit, one of the league's best in several events. And as they round the corner off in the distance there, Aaron, I don't know if you have a view here. It looks like we have Oddmark taking the lead here. And a sprint finish over that last hurdle. And from here, that looks like Winter Hill Community School's own Oddmark Ozit. Great job, Oddmark. Joao Baptista here in the high jump, another athlete out of Winter Hill Community School. A very exciting race. That it's a very grueling one lap around the track, as not only running one length of the track, which again is extremely grueling, but also adding the hurdle aspect, and just a physically exhausting event for anyone who has ever run track and field and have been involved in that event. And this is the girls' 400-meter hurdles. We can see a runner from, looks like Medford on the outside, Malden. And it looks like we have an athlete here from Somerville. And just to give you the names of some of those athletes. And a nice race so far out of Somerville. Sarah Grace Magre, one of the top track athletes for the Lady Highlanders. Shannon Higgins is in there. And Sarah Grace is probably the top seed here, and looks like she took the lead. So Sarah Grace in full control, and hopefully she can pull this one off. She's being challenged on that last corner right now. And again, just a grueling event with the hurdles. And this will be a race. Sarah Grace looking like she's in control, pulling away a little bit. Sarah Grace Magre will, if she can stay on her feet, she will win this event. And she will sprint to the line. And the 400-meter hurdles is owned by the Highlanders of Somerville. Oddmark Ozit winning the boys, and Sarah Grace Magre winning the girls. I hope we got that whole race, Aaron. Great job. Wow, Sarah Grace, what an effort. We have been able to broadcast in the past her prowess on the track, and she is an exceptional athlete. And you can see the exhaustion. I don't know if Aaron has this, but the exhaustion at the end of the race on these athletes. Really have to train hard for an event like this. It takes truly a special athlete to accomplish in this event. And you can see congratulations from her teammate Shannon Higgins. You can see Allison Kaba in second place in this preliminary heat. She will advance to the final. Looks like a young lady from Malden will actually capture first place in this heat. And this is heat number 2 of the girls' 100-meter dash. And another familiar name here, Sarah Grace Magre. She won again the 400-meter hurdles. She is in the process of winning the triple jump, I would think. And now a preliminary heat here in the 100-meter dash. And again, just an all-around athlete. Tiana Sebastian is scheduled to be in one of these heats. However, I don't see her yet. Maybe she is being moved. I know she's in the relay later. So wearing bib number 3, Sarah Grace Magre. And the young ladies from Malden and Medford awfully quick. And it looks like Sarah Grace may have nosed her at the line in this preliminary heat. I'm going to go Sarah Grace Magre. She is now performing her next attempt in the triple jump. Remember, she's advanced to the final of the 100-meter dash. She already won the 400-meter hurdles. And here she is in the triple jump. And I would very much guess that she will probably win this event too. Just a great, great athlete. We have just an excellent track and field program here at Somerville High School. Coach Dave Dickerson for the boys, Charlie O'Rourke for the girls, Charlie Tesh, an assistant coach, does just a wonderful job training the long-distance runners. You can't find a better coaching staff for track and field than who we have here at Somerville High School. Just very, very fortunate. I mean, it's hard to find good coaches in any sport, and we have just been truly blessed. Back at the girls' discus, way off in the distance. However, you probably have an excellent close-up provided by Erin Romano. And that looks like Gabriella Etienne on another attempt for the Lady Highlanders. Highlander athletes, the star of the show here at Dilboy Stadium so far this afternoon. We hope we can keep up the streak here. It's just an excellent start for both the girls and the boys. Allison Kaba, she is running back and forth between her preliminary heat in the 100-meter dash we just showed you. Now she's making another attempt in the discus. She's the number 1 seed here in the discus. And just the mechanics being displayed. And a mighty strong throw for her. Again, judging by her body language, she doesn't look happy with her throw. A phenomenal athlete, though, Allison Kaba. And preliminary heats here for the 100-meter hurdles. Several athletes are gearing up. They'll have probably at least 3 preliminary heats, I would say. Just a guess. It looks like that could be Oddmark Ozit in the lighter blue shirt in the middle in this first heat. Oddmark, off we go. And he is being challenged by the young man from Medford. Oddmark, can he take the lead here? It's a battle in this heat. So in the first heat of the 100-meter hurdles, Oddmark will come in second. He will most assuredly advance to the final himself. So a second preliminary heat in the 100-meter hurdles. And you can see in the second heat several athletes from the Highlanders in the lighter blue shirts. If I can read these names correctly, Damar Chapman out of Winter Hill, Wilbins Vincent of Somerville. So they are the 2 lighter blue shirts in the middle. Damar and Wilbins. A lot of speed in the Greater Boston League in these sprint events, though, from all 5 schools. And here is DeMar. And he is in first place thus far. Wilbins battling for second. And the Highlanders, again, off and running. Winning that preliminary heat is DeMar. Second will go to Wilbins. Somerville in cruise control on the track thus far. Again, the boys already are the Greater Boston League champions. This meet is called the Greater Boston League Championships. However, in dual meet competition, the Highlander boys have already wrapped it up. They've already won the Greater Boston League. And as Coach Dave Dickerson explained to me, a lot of the coaches here from the 5 schools are looking to place athletes in events where each individual athlete will have the best chance to qualify for the state championship meet. So there is a plan in motion by all 5 coaches, and it's not necessarily to win the meet today as much as it is to get their athletes in to that state final meet coming up in the next few weeks. Shaquille Joseph. So the boys' long jump is underway. And we are still, if we look at the triple jump area, there are still athletes competing in the triple jump. Melissa Baptista is there. Sarah Grace is still there. Shannon Higgins. And it looks like Melissa, very tall Melissa Baptista, getting ready for an attempt in the triple jump. Her brother on the far end is competing in the boys' high jump. And again, her brother Joao Baptista, third in the whole state for Division II indoors. Joao Baptista. This is the boys' mile. This is one of the featured races in track and field. Competing for Somerville for the boys, Marcelo Brosiner, as well as Paulo Guedes, Travis Dolcine.
The finalists for the boys 110-meter hurdles: DeMar Chapman from Somerville, Pat Coughlin, Medford, Somerville, Omar Isaac from Somerville, Stephen Mahler from Malden, Stephen Moore from
He came in first for his heat, but he's in.
So from the public address announcer, you just heard the finalists for the 100-meter hurdles. And we are looking at the mile first lap. You can see Marcelo Brosiner. He's camped out in third place in this race. There's a couple of runners from Cambridge who are the league champions in the mile, and they are just terrific runners. It will really take an incredible effort by any of the Somerville runners to be able to stay with the Cambridge runners.
Valmar from Medford, Almika Lucian from Malden, Allison Cabo from Somerville.
Just getting back to the mile race here, you can see it looks like Cambridge in full control. However, Marcelo Brosiner trying to hang in with those top 2 runners. And if I am staring at the track correctly here, if my eyes do not deceive me, those are the 2 runners from Cambridge, Ringe and Latin. The Falcons of Cambridge, Ringe and Latin on the track. They have a history of great long-distance runners. While I was in high school, I competed against the state champion many moons ago. His name is Scott Cody, and he is actually the coach of the boys' outdoor track team at Cambridge Ridge and Latin High School. He was a phenomenal runner way back in the day, state champion in the mile, and right now he has a couple of runners up front who Marcelo Brosiner is trying to stay with. And this is lap number 3 in the mile. And an incredibly fast pace being set by these 3 runners. A very cool day here has turned into kind of a warm day here at Dilboy. The sun feeling a little bit warmer than we predicted. It was a lot cooler earlier, but you can see the fast pace and the Cambridge runners, again, looking mighty impressive. That's Michael, Scarlett, and Sam Stubbs up front in the first and second position. This is the bell lap. Marcello in third. Scarlett, Stubbs, Brosiner in the mile. And we will see Marcello has that speed. He runs the middle distance events. He runs the 800 meter also. And of course, he's able to utilize that speed on the soccer pitch. As a member of the state finalist soccer team, he's off to Brandeis University this coming fall, and he is taking on the Cambridge runners. And this is the final corner. What a race here. And here we go, Stubbs and Scarlett of Cambridge Ringe and Latin. Marcello holding on to third place. Scarlett, Stubbs, Brosiner looks like will be the final order. And what a great race. And for Somerville also, you can see coming in 5th place is Travis Dolcine. Nice job, Travis. And a very exciting mile race right in front of us here. And now we're taking a look here at the girls' javelin. Brenda Wynn of Somerville. I'm not sure if she's all finished for the day. It looks like she might be getting ready to throw again. And she's being called up, it looks like, so she will make her attempt. And as you watch this event unfold, holding the bar high above, she will take a running start. And she'll run all the way up to that line there, and she'll make that toss. Nice mechanics, Brenda. And then they'll measure. We're now getting ready for the girls' mile, so the girls are lined up. Again, just a pleasure for Educational Channel 15 to bring you these fine athletes representing for the from the Lady Highlander team, Somerville High School, Maureen McNabb. She ran the 2 mile in this race 1 year ago. Adriana Massey. She's a freshman out of Winter Hill Community School. And Amber Theobald. Amber's best time, 6 minutes and 4 seconds. I would venture to guess that the young lady from Cambridge Ringe and Latin, her name is Mia Smith. She, as well as Joviana Marin of Malden, they have the fastest times in the mile. Cambridge Ringe and Latin just loaded with long-distance runners every year, and they have several girls who actually can compete for the win in this race. Adriana, freshman again out of Somerville High School. 7 minutes and 3 seconds is her best mile time. This is her first year ever running the mile. Maureen McNabb has run a 6:40 as a personal best. So the first lap here in the girls' mile. And you can see Mia Smith of Cambridge starting out in the lead. And however, running with her, it looks like Joviana Marin of Malden, if I'm seeing these athletes correctly in this sun.
Women's 1 mile results. First place, Daniel from Cambridge. Second place, Sam from Cambridge. And third place, Marcelo from Somerville.
And we can see again out of Cambridge, Ringe and Latin, her name is Mia Smith. She's being challenged in this first lap by Joviana Marin of Malden. And they have identical personal bests. They are the #1 seed collectively in the mile for girls in the Greater Boston League. And they will most assuredly compete for the win. So this actually should be an extremely exciting race by those two young ladies. Again, Educational Channel 15, proud to bring you Varsity Sports. Erin Romano on the camera. My name is Tim Cronin. This has turned out to be a beautiful spring day here at Dilboy Stadium.
Last call, 400 meters. Last call, 400 meters.
You can hear the public address announcer. They will get ready for the 400-meter run right after this girls' mile concludes on the track. Boys' long jump still going on at the long jump pit. And
Boys triple jump. Final call, boys triple jump.
we should get the final results for the girls' discus. I will assume right here that Allison Kaba has won that event.
Boys javelin.
The boys' javelin, as you just heard, getting ready for their competition. The event's moving right along this afternoon at Dilboy Stadium. Again, Educational Channel 15, trying to bring you as much coverage as we can. And the two leaders, Ringe and Latin and Malden, Mia Smith and Joviana Marin. It looks like Mia Smith trying to distance herself from Marin just a little bit here in the girls' mile. And it looks like we have a couple of Cambridge runners challenging for, or actually competing for third place. And that looks like Amber Theobald of Somerville in fourth place thus far. Mia Smith now, as she rounds this corner here, again, looking to distance herself even more from Marin. You can see Marin there in second place of Malden, trying to stay with Smith. Smith looking awfully comfortable. She has a nice stride. If you look at her elbows, very relaxed. I would pull them in a little bit if I were her, but she has a very relaxed stride. Joviana Marin trailing but on the chase, and it looks like Mia Smith just looking to increase her lead. This is the bell lap, so if Marin has anything left, she's going to have to go after her right now. And again, Mia Smith just trying to stretch out that lead in this final lap of the girls' mile. Amber Theobald of Somerville, you can see her in fifth place in this race thus far.
Final results of the girls triple jump. In first place, Brianna Duncan from Cambridge. Second place, Melissa Baptista from Somerville. And third place, Sarah Grace from Somerville.
So we have young lady from Cambridge, Duncan, winning the girls' triple jump. Melissa Baptista with second place, and Sarah Grace Magre taking home third place. So second and third for the Lady Highlanders in the girls' triple jump. And Mia Smith cruising home for her win in the mile. Marin of Malden will take second. And again, Cambridge, Ringe, and Latin, the cream of the crop in long-distance running on the track. They have, again, they've been a powerhouse, not only in the Greater Boston League level, but on the state level for so many years. They're just great long-distance running history for them, tradition. Amber Theobald trying to finish strong. And she will take home third place in the girls' mile. Great job there, Amber. So a very exciting girls' mile. We have a preliminary heat in the boys' 400-meter run. That's obviously one lap around the track. The Highlanders have some very good runners in this event also. And in the light blue, representing Somerville, Matthew George is one of the runners competing for Somerville. It looks like we're looking at Nigel Baugh. And you can see the endurance and the speed. Great effort here. Nigel Baugh right in competition there, fighting for second place. And we'll see who has the fastest time here. Nigel Baugh, second place for the Highlanders. And after every heat in this 400-meter event, obviously the top times will place in the meet. Based on my list, this could be the only heat in the girls' 400-meter run. Onita Lalage is the one Somerville Highlander athlete on the list in this event. Onita Lalage. We have a couple of girls from Everett, and we have a girl from Malden on the track. Some of the officials, I believe, are going over the times from the boys' event. And I'm not sure if our athlete from the Lady Highlanders will be competing here. It looks like only 3 runners in the 400-meter for the girls. And the 3 athletes are Brianna Gutierrez of Everett, Marlee Lorius of Malden, and Lorenz Joseph of Everett. Off and running here. And some fine speed from these girls. Young lady from Everett leading the way. Malden and Everett competing for second place. And looks like all Everett right now. Brianna Gutierrez in first, followed by Lorenz Joseph in second. But right there from Malden is Marlee Lorius. So an easy win for Gutierrez of Everett. But the battle for second here taking place. It looks like the Everett girl fatiguing. And Marlee of Malden running for second, passing the young lady from Everett. Very exciting there. Great job, girls. Great race.
Final results for the boys 400-meter dash. First place, King Dolphy Julian from Malden. Second place, Nigel Baugh from Somerville. And third place, Isaac Mukala from Malden.
So Joao Baptista was just competing in a 100 all by himself over there, which means He most likely won the event again. He was first in state indoors in Division II. As he puts his warm-ups back on, he is victorious. Just told that we do have another heat for the girls 400 meter, and I have some names here, just giving some names. Melissa Baptista is in there. She just ran past her brother at the high jump area, as well as Kaylee Lima, both soccer players too. Melissa, soccer in the fall, basketball in the winter, track and field here in the spring. And they are trying to catch a couple of girls up front. And some speed there from Malden up front. But coming on is Melissa. Great work. Kaylee is there also. So this will be a sprint for the line, and Melissa has taken the lead here. Kaylee trying to sneak up. Can she make it? Fatiguing here. All the girls just laboring right now. Melissa will win this heat. And the final placements in this event, the winner, second, third place, and so forth, it's just based on the fastest times in each heat. But the Lady Highlanders, Kaylee Lima and Melissa Baptista, looking quite strong on the track. And that is your 400-meter event right there. Again. And we are getting ready now. Heat 1 of the boys' 800-meter. And we have several boys out there right now. And I am looking at 2, 4, 6, 8, I believe 10 athletes, if I counted correctly. Off and running here. And a fast pace obviously being set. 2 laps around the track. A vast array of athletes here in the half-mile race. I am told on the start list here for the 800, Josh Goyo, Chang Zhu of Somerville. And that will conclude the first lap of this 800-meter run. So the bell lap. And we have runners up front from Cambridge. And it looks like one from Malden.
Last call for the 100 final and the 110 hurdle final.
From Cambridge, Ringe and Latin, Isu Alemesged. And from Malden, David Cabazo. And Ian Woodhouse of Cambridge. And these three are battling it out here. The final corner of the 800 meter. And away we go. It's a race for the line. And it looks like Cambridge leading the way. Cambridge trying to go 1-2.
First place, Melissa Baptista from Somerville. Second place, Ariana from Medford. And third place, Chrislandi Joseph from Malden.
So the Falcons of Cambridge, Ringe and Latin going 1-2 in the 800 meter. Melissa Baptista, as just announced, won the girls' 400 meter run. She came in second earlier in the girls' triple jump. Melissa putting on a show, not only in soccer and basketball, but also on the track. Great job, Melissa. Now the girls will step up to the starting line for the 800 meter run. For Somerville here, we're looking at Catherine Nakato and Jennifer Bermudez wearing the red outfits. Catherine right in the middle, and to her right is Jennifer Bermudez, both out of Winter Hill Community School. And this is going to be one tough race, though. There are several 800-meter runners here with impressive times. We have a 2:16 personal best by the young lady from where else but Cambridge Ridge and Latin, Maya Adams. She's run a 2:16, and it looks like she's on the very inside from Cambridge Ridge and Latin, and she is obviously the favorite to run away with this race. No pun intended. Catherine, a great athlete in herself. Jennifer Bermudez, a sophomore runner. She took up track and field at Winter Hill, as well as Catherine. And if you look at the inside lane, the #1 runner in this event from Ringe and Latin, her name is Maya Halpern Adams, and she is going to be extremely tough. You can see in second place Catherine trying to chase, but this girl has already taken off.
First call,
Halpern Adams of Cambridge.
Girls high jump, please report to the pit. We have the girls 800 meters currently on the track. After this, our hurdle crew, if you would, put the hurdles after this race, put the hurdles out for our finals. Girls high jump should be reporting. Hurdles after this, yes.
So Halpern Adams of Cambridge Ridge and Latin right now, just again running away with this 800-meter run. So impressive. She is creeping up on the line now for the bell lap. You'll hear that bell, and she is just flying right now. You can see a whole group of girls battling for second. And look at Jennifer Bermudez. She's in that pack. Very impressive. How far have you come, Jennifer? Great job. She's trained hard, and she's really improved as a runner. And we'll see if Catherine Nakato here, she is trying to chase Deborah Cabazzo.
Finals of the
Malden.
boys 800-meter run. First place, Isu from Cambridge. Second place, Michael from Cambridge. And third place, David from Malden.
So you hear the names of those Cambridge Ridge and Latin runners. They, again, long distance tradition and history there. Halpern Adams winning the 800-meter. In second place, the young lady from Malden, kind of pulling away from Catherine. Catherine's really going to have to chase now. Catherine has speed. She's actually a natural sprinter. She will blow past the young lady from Malden. Can she hang on, though, for second place? And it looks like she will. Second place for Catherine Nakato of Somerville. Jennifer Bermudez looks like she... Great job. She wears bib number 8. So now we are just getting ready for the final. Hope I'm not in your way, Aaron. The final of the boys' 100-meter hurdles of Somerville. Oddmark Ozit, Wilbins Vincent, and Damar Chapman have qualified for this final. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm just going to jump in front of the camera here for a moment, Aaron. If I'm not mistaken, we have 3 lighter blue shirts in this final heat. This final, if you will, of the 100-meter hurdles. Oddmark, Wilbins, and Damar representing here Somerville High School. An extremely fast field, though. You're looking at some top quality athletes all around. And this, of course...
Last call for the 200 and first call for the 2 mile. Last call 200, first call 2 mile.
And this, of course, is no easy task. And our 3 Somerville High School athletes. Young man from Medford, but here comes Damar Chapman. Wilbins, Oddmark, And DeMar will come in first. Oddmark, it looks like he will take second. So the boys from Winter Hill, DeMar and Oddmark, go 1-2 for the final of the boys' hurdles. Congratulations again to the Highlanders. They are commanding the track, the boys are, this afternoon. And we are just about ready for the girls' final in the 110-meter hurdles.
Finals of the boys 110-meter hurdles. First place, DeMar Chapman from Somerville. Second place, Oddmark Ozit from Somerville. And third place, Pat Coughlin from Medford.
DeMar and Oddmark in the 110-meter hurdles. Now the girls' final, as I was just saying. Shayla Tran of Somerville, Olivia Doe, and Kiara Correa. Off we go. And the young lady from Malden High School just taking off. Malden very strong here in this event. And they will come through with one thing from what I'm seeing here. Very impressive. Annie Woolley and Kim Dew of Malden. Last minute.
Finals of the boys long jump. First place, Andre James, Somerville. Second place, Stefan Malhurin from Malden. And third place, Sidjud Felix from Somerville.
And again, some more Highlander names. The public address announcer continues to chime in here. So we're looking at Andre James, Carls Alphonse football player. All about speed here. A lot of impressive runners. Young man from Malden, very impressive. And off we go here. And you can see it's Cambridge, Malden, and Malden up front from what I can best guess. Malden 1 year ago had a plethora of sprinters. And we'll just have to wait now. Young man from Cambridge looked like he got first place. His name is Deshaun Velez. Marvin Fedna of Malden may have just captured second place. Final, but you can see the very speedy boys as the girls now getting ready for their 100-meter final. And you will see Allison Kaba of Somerville, Melissa Sannon, both qualifying. I believe Samantha Simon has also qualified for the final for the Lady Highlanders.
Finals of the girls 100-meter hurdles. First place, Annie from Malden. Second place, Kim from Malden. And third place, Patricia from Medford.
So again, the girls 100-meter final should be extremely tough. A couple of very impressive sprinters from Malden. Again, in the sprinting category of Greater Boston League Track and Field, Malden runners. Those are the names that are really kind of the cream of the crop. And we will see now how our girls from Somerville do. Melissa Sannon could be a factor here, but we can see Malden in first. Melissa is there, but it looks like Malden going 1-2 thus far. And Melissa, I think she got third. Melissa Sannon of Somerville. But the sprinters from Malden, very impressive in the hurdles and in the dash. But a great job by all the athletes here this afternoon.
Finals of the girls 100-meter dash. First place, Corinne Exum from Malden. Second place, Amalika Lucien from Malden. And third place, Melissa Sannon from Somerville.
And now we're just about ready here for the 200-meter run. And off and running we go. This is the boys' 200-meter run. And this is just one heat of that race. And we can see a young man from Everett there. We have a Cambridge runner in second and 2 Malden runners in third and fourth. And again, this is heat number 1 of the boys' 200-meter run. Matty George, football player, basketball player, and he's on the list here for the boys' 200-meter. So, if I'm not mistaken, we should be seeing, according to my list, 3 Somerville Highlander athletes here in this heat. Nigel Baugh, very, very fast, as is Matty George. This is a very impressive field of runners. Malcolm Ducasse also extremely speedy. A lot of depth here for the Highlander coaches, especially for the boys, as they put their relays together. And you can see Matt George rounding the corner. Ducasse in the middle, and this Nigel Baugh has the lead. Runner from Malden right there. So a battle, and I believe the runner from Malden might have nosed Nigel at the line. I'm not sure. What an impressive field of runners, though. Malcolm Ducasse, very impressive. I'm not sure if he got third. Matty George was right there. He may have gotten fourth. Very close race there. So now we're getting ready for the girls' 200-meter dash. Shannon Higgins of Somerville will be a competitor in this. And according to this, she is scheduled to compete in the first heat. However, there's several red shirts out there, so I can't see them all from here, but Melissa Sannon and Melissa Baptista of Somerville are scheduled in one of the heats. A lot of speed here from Cambridge and Malden. So another speedy, another impressive field in the girls' 200 as well as the boys. From here, I believe both Melissas are out there, and that might be Shannon Higgins. I'm not sure if they have all 200-meter competitors in one heat today. And I think that's what they did. I think all the 200-meter runners for the girls are out there now. And Melissa Baptista in there, young lady from Malden, extremely fast. And she has taken off. Melissa battling for second. That's Melissa Baptista. Young lady from Everett looks like will take second. And Melissa Baptista will take third. And according to my list, we'll have to take another look here. From Malden, it looks like that is Tamise Sanders coming in first place. Very speedy young ladies. Even those girls who came 4th, 5th, and 6th, extremely fast times on the track. All sub 30 seconds.
2 mile boys to the starting line, please. 2 mile boys to the starting line. Thank you.
You have times under 29, under 28 in there, and some very fast athletes. As we are now getting ready for the 2 mile run. And as you look at the track here, the boys are stepping up to the line for the 2 mile run. And you can see a plethora of Cambridge, Ringe, and Latin runners. Again, the long distance events over the years, at least from the Greater Boston League and usually in the state, meets Ringe and Latin, just the class of the field from a talent standpoint. And I think from what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing 3 runners from Cambridge, or is it 4 runners from Cambridge? We're seeing 2 runners from Somerville. Joao Baptista, one of them.
Results. First place, Chris Voltaire from Malden. Second place, Nigel Baugh from Somerville. And third place, Malcolm Ducasse from Somerville.
And I take that back. That's not Joao Baptista.
First place, Tamise Sanders from Malden. Second place, Dejeni Lorjust from Everett. And third place, Melissa Baptista from Somerville.
And the 2 mile going. So that was not Joao Baptista. In the 2 mile run representing Somerville, Travis Dolcine and Paulo Guedes. And Travis, according to this list of Somerville, has the fastest time in the deuce. So this is interesting. The Cambridge runners are close behind, but Travis and Paulo look to go 1-2 here for Somerville. Runner from Cambridge is in first place right now. Race just started, of course. This is the first of 8 laps. It's a long race. And the girls' 2 mile will come immediately after. And then we will conclude with the relays. So you can see right now, Paulo Guedes right up front, Travis in third. And from Cambridge, Ringe and Latin, looks like James Blanchard. Up there with the top 2 runners. And we'll see if the Highlander boys can go 1-2 in the deuce. This would be very impressive. A year ago when we did this meet, the mile and the 2 mile,
for the 4x4
completely dominated by Cambridge, Ringe and Latin.
Only, please. Check in for 4x4 and check in for 4x8, please. Thank you.
And you can see Paulo Guedes trying to run away with this thing. Only lap number 2. Travis Dolcine. Not a field of extremely fast times from the state level. You don't have a sub 10-minute runner here in the deuce in the field. It looks like Paulo here is going for a personal best. He would love to break his time. He has run a 10:21, his best time. At the state level, in a state final, the times obviously are a lot faster than what the Greater Boston League has produced this year for the boys. However, this is a meet to qualify. This is a meet where you can kind of sneak in your particular event, and that's really what the coaches have used this meet for that purpose, to try to position their athletes, to try to get them in, qualify for a spot in the state meet. So Paulo Guedes all by himself up front. Travis in second, and then you have a group here of Cambridge and Malden runners, it looks like, rounding out. The early stages here, the first half, if you will, of the 2 mile run. But Paulo looks like he's on a mission this afternoon. He is actually trying to qualify here, and he's going to have to run his best race of the season today. And he's going to have to maintain this pace, and he's even in the second half of this race, he's going to have to really put on the jets. You have runners running 5-minute clips practically at the state level as far as trying to produce a state champion. Some extremely impressive runners throughout the state, and Paulo Guedes here is really going to have to run his best race of his career. Travis trying to hold on to second. You can see the Cambridge runners working together. Malden athletes right there. These Highlander long-distance runners have worked extremely hard over the years. They've trained hard. I've watched them train with my own eyes. They're in the field house every day. They're training throughout the city on their distance runs. They work extremely hard. Both of these young men were on the cross-country team in the fall, Travis and Paolo. And you can see here Paolo Guedes now trying to starting to lap some of the other athletes in this race. And we will see if he can maintain this. And one of the officials here signaling to the runners. And what the judge does there is he lets the runners know how many laps there are to go as they cross. But again, runners are starting to be lapped now. So Paolo Guedes all by himself up front. Travis in second now, starting to lap those same runners. But stretching his lead here is Paolo Guedes. It'll just be interesting to see what his time will be in the end. As he approaches the judges, all alone in first place. Barring anything tragic, he will most assuredly win this race. I mean, he's the Greater Boston League champion in the 2-mile without question. And the judge, it looks like he's holding up 3 fingers, Aaron. Is that right? 3 to go? 8-lap race, 2 miles. For those at home who are unaware, 4 laps on an official outdoor track is 1 mile. 8 obviously being 2, so this is an 8-lap race. And you can see the 2 runners from Cambridge, they are starting to pursue Travis here in second. So can Travis hold on to second place? The Cambridge runners coming on. A few of the runners have been lapped now. And it looks like the Cambridge runners are preparing to join Travis in a battle for second place. It will be up to some of Travis's teammates to cheer him on, to let him know what's going on. Paolo here, he cannot relax. He is trying to qualify for the state meet. Looks like he's slowing down just a little bit. See what the judge here has. And actually, this is the bell lap for Paolo. So we take back those 3 fingers. That was Aaron's fault. And Travis now being chased. And the Cambridge runners wanting to run him down. We'll see if Travis can hold this. Paolo will win this race. Aaron, we lost track of the laps here. Can you believe it? So Paolo will win it, and the Cambridge runners doing all they can to try to catch Travis, but credit Travis Dolcine here, he knew Cambridge was coming on, and he pulled away from them a little bit. So he's trying to break them right now. This is the final turn of the race for him. Victory for Paolo as he is running the final straightaway here. And Travis will hold off Cambridge. Those two runners will not be able to catch him. So the Highlanders 1-2 in the 2 mile. And interestingly enough, Cambridge not there today in the 2 mile for the boys. So 3rd and 4th for Cambridge. And now we're getting ready for the girls' 2 mile. So this meet is winding down now. After this last race on the track, we will then have the relays. And representing Somerville in the girls' 2 mile run, we have Alice Egar and Laxmi Spearing, both in red. This will be an extremely tough race for our Lady Highlanders. Alice Egar could compete. Jillian Wilcox of Malden has the fastest 2 mile time in the Greater Boston League this year. She's up front right now with Alice in 2nd. Laxmi Spearing is in 5th place right now. This is the first lap of 8 in the girls' 2 mile. Jillian Wilcox of Malden has run a 12:43. That's her best time in the 2 mile. It's also the fastest 2 mile time in the Greater Boston League. Allison Egar has run a 12:58. So it is possible that Alice could be competitive with Jillian today. She's going to have to run the best race of her career. Can Laxmi hold the pace with some of these other girls? We shall see. Laxmi's best time is 14:12. So a very, very tight first lap thus far, but 7 to go. Let's try to keep track of the laps this time. Aaron Romano on the camera. My name is Tim Cronin. This is Educational Channel 15, bringing you the Greater Boston League Championship meet. The boys have already won the league. They are league champions in track and field. Girls came in 3rd in the GBL this year. Alice Egar in 2nd place right now for the Lady Highlanders in the 2 mile, 2nd lap. Laxmi Spearing there, just coming out of the shade in 5th place. Jillian Wilcox has the lead. But you can see now 4 girls there vying and feeling each other out, if you will, in the opening laps here of the 2 mile.
First place, Stephen from Somerville. Second place, Farrow from Cambridge. And third place, Darren from Everett.
Laxmi there in 5th place, trying to hold on to that pace. Very, very difficult, grueling race, the 2 mile. It's not about running 2 miles. It's about trying to run 2 miles at a fast pace. Jillian Wilcox of Malden, Alice Egar of Somerville. The top 2 spots. Helen Chin of Malden right there in 3rd. And Ursula Bozeman of Cambridge Ridge and Latin. Looks like she's camping out at 4th, if I'm seeing the right girl. However, that might be Manel Sultani of Malden. 4th place girl there, Aaron, trying to get a look at her uniform there. A little bit tough in the sun here at Dilboy. I think she's also a Malden runner.
Last call for 4x8 and last call for 4x4. Last call 4x8, last call 4x4.
Again, the 4 girls rounding the corner here. This will be a battle all the way to the end, it looks like. Jillian Wilcox of Malden has been the class of the Greater Boston League in the 2-mile, but it looks like 2 or 3 of these other girls are showing up today. One just dropped out. One of the Malden girls just dropped out of the race. So she's finished. So we'll see now. Alice Egar in second and Chin of Malden in third. She was running well too, the young lady. This other young lady from Malden was running well. It's too bad she looks like she has a little knee problem going there. Laxmi Spearing right now in 4th place. But this ought to be very interesting. These girls running together throughout. We'll see who's going to have it in the end. All right, Aaron, how many laps are we now through? Good job, Aaron. Good job. Much of the speed from each of the 5 schools stretching out, getting ready for their relays. Coming up right after this. Joao Baptista winning the high jump today. Brother and sister Baptistas. Great kids, great athletes, great students. And they come from a wonderful family. You can see one of the coaches barking out times, one of the Malden coaches. There's that Charlie Tesh down there. Charlie Tesh, one of the Somerville coaches, barking out a time, and he will now instruct Laxmi Spearing. Charlie O'Rourke there. As we are up here high by the press box here at Dilboy Stadium. Just a very exciting track meet. We've had some very exciting races, and we'll see how the relays go. Rounding the corner here, and it looks like we're down to 2 girls. The second Malden girl kind of falling off the pace a little bit, so this will be a battle for the remainder of this race between Jillian Wilcox of Malden and Alice Egar of Somerville. And we'll see if Alice can hold here. There's Coach Charlie Tesh. Very, very exciting. The young lady in third from Malden, Chin, trying to hold the pace, but looks like she is in trouble right now. Lactic acid building up in her legs. Laxmi Spearing. Great effort on her part. She has trained hard, and she has definitely earned her stripes on the track. She was able to win an indoor dual meet back in the winter in this very event, the 2-mile against Everett. So her training has been paying off. But the battle here, Wilcox of Malden, Egar of Somerville. And we will see now Alice Egar here in such a good position, making the leader, Jillian Wilcox, do all the work up front. Egar just trying to sit right on her.
Looking for the girls Cambridge coach. Girls Cambridge coach to the scorer's table, please. Girls Cambridge coach to the scorer's table.
And Egar right on the back of Wilcox here. She could steal one this afternoon. A very competitive race. A little bit of tension right now on the track as some of these relay athletes getting ready. They want to do well this afternoon. They want to qualify. A few of these relay teams from all the schools on the cusp of qualifying for state championship meet action. Best runners in the state of Massachusetts qualify. That's how it works. And of course, the best athletes in all of the field events. And again, Alice Egar of Somerville staying right on the #1 runner in the Greater Boston League this season, Jillian Wilcox. And we are coming down now. The bell lap coming up. So the battle will begin in this final lap. You'll see the judge there, one of the officials. He'll ring that bell like he's doing right now. So we have a race on our hands, and Educational Channel 15 bringing you this. Again, Alice Egar in the more favorable position, making the leader do all the work up front. The leader doesn't know if Egar is going to make a move on her or not. Egar has the luxury of just sitting there, and I think it's going to come down to who has the kick, who has more in the tank, who has the speed in the end. And Egar looking good there. Looks like she wants to make the pass. Interesting, she may have made the pass too early here. We'll see. I think I would have sat on her a bit longer, but if she can take off here. And Wilcox will not let her go. So now the race is on. I'm not sure if she made the pass a bit early. She wants to take off though. So Wilcox will get beaten here. Alice Egar, great work. Great work. Somerville winning the deuce. Lady Highlander, Alice Egar. And we have a new champion in the Greater Boston League. Great work. What a race. Alice Egar of Somerville. How impressive is that? Nice job, coaches. And off to the relays we go. We just found out that Oddmark Ozit won the triple jump this afternoon. Congratulations, Oddmark. I would venture to guess that the Highlander boys have won this meet already. We'll see how it goes here in the relays. But great work this afternoon. And the 4x100 meter race is on. And you can see a very tight race here. And Somerville with the lead. Great speed here. And they will most assuredly barring anything tragic here, they might win this thing. However, look who's coming on here, and that is Malden. The Malden boys, they won this last year in the race for the line. Here we go, Malden versus Somerville. A race for the line, and it looks like Malden will win the 4x100 meter relay, and the boys a close second. What a relay though, what a race. And now the 4x100 meter. The Lady Highlanders on the outside lane. And if I'm looking at the athletes correctly, it looks like Medford might be on the inside lane, or is that Malden? And off we go. This is going to be extremely tough for the girls. And right now, if I'm looking correctly here, this is Malden and Cambridge. And you can see the speed. Ooh, a little bit of a shaky handoff there. Somerville now in 5th place. And off to the races here is Cambridge, Ringe, and Latin. They will win the 4x100. The Malden girls will take 2nd. Medford, it looks like Medford will take 3rd. And 4th are the Lady Highlanders. But some fantastic athletes from Cambridge, Ringe, and Latin there.
The boys 2-mile run. First place, Paulo from Somerville. 2nd place, Travis from Somerville. And 3rd place, James from Cambridge. Girls 2-mile final. First place, Alice from Somerville. 2nd place, Jillian from Malden. And 3rd place, Helen from Malden.
And now, the next relay here is the boys 4x800 meter relay. So what you're basically looking at here is half mile for each runner. This is a grueling event for sure, as the officials and coaches trying to get their runners ready here. And the top seed in the boys 4x800 meter relay is, of course, Cambridge, Ringe, and Latin. This is a distance event, of course. It's a middle distance, so from the 800 on, usually, in most cases over the years, it has been Cambridge. But how about Paulo Guedes today in the 2-mile for Somerville? Great work there. So the Highlander boys will have their work cut out for them. They'll be chasing the likes of Cambridge and Malden. Cambridge, the overwhelming favorite. They've run an 8:05 4x800 meter relay, which is extremely impressive time. And off and running here, as expected.
Girls shot put finals. First place, Gabrielle from Somerville. 2nd place,
Cambridge and Malden
Carly
up front.
from Malden. And 3rd place, Allison from Somerville.
Public address announcer only says the first names of the athletes.
Boys 4x1 meter relay finals. First place, Cambridge. 2nd place, Somerville. 3rd place, Everett.
Second lap here of this first heat.
Girls 4x1 meter relay. First place, Cambridge. 2nd place, Malden. 3rd place, Medford.
And you can see the Ringe and Latin runner distancing himself from the Malden runner. In 3rd place, holding on right now, are the Highlander boys. We'll see if they can hold that. Looks like in pursuit here is Medford. So a battle for 3rd place thus far. Cambridge trying to run away. And some impressive running here. This athlete from Cambridge. running a very fast 800 meter, and he will make the handoff right now in the second leg. And off he goes. The Malden handoff was just done. Medford has caught Somerville here. Make the handoff here, and we'll see if the Highlanders can get back into the race for third place. Now Everett. But Cambridge here just rolling right now. Their lead man trying to finish his first lap already. Extremely fast pace. One lap to go for him. Malden now taking up second place, and I think this might be a record relay so far for Cambridge. They are on such a pace right now. Malden just not able to hold up this pace. And taking off is Cambridge. I would suspect right now, barring anything tragic, we're only in the second leg here, but they've already won this relay. I can't really guess now that they're going to lose their composure. They will have another runner stepping up here, Cambridge will, in the third leg of this relay, and he looks like another blue chipper from here. So the handoff will be made. Just extremely impressive set of middle distance running here displayed by Cambridge, Ringe, and Latin. And the handoff is made, and they will be formidable in the state championship meet for sure. Cambridge, Ringe, and Latin. They are impressive. The handoff just about being made from Malden. And if anything, Cambridge has increased their lead in that second leg. Off and running here in the third leg. And we'll see if Cambridge's man here can maintain that pace. Malden coming off. Their third man almost sprinting to try to get Malden back in this thing, but I think Cambridge just too far ahead. And Cambridge, Ringe, and Latin here, their third man, getting ready to complete his first lap of the third leg. And their anchor leg will get ready now. And after a fast start for this Malden runner here, it looks like he's a little bit gassed now. He tried to make up some ground, but in a half-mile race, an 800-meter, 2 laps, if you start out too fast, you're just going to pay the price, and it looks like he's feeling it right now. So Cambridge, Ringe, and Latin now, their third man. Stride looking so impressive. And it looks like he's starting to look a little bit like he's laboring right now. Final corner for him. And the final leg here for Cambridge, Ringe, and Latin. The handoff will be made. And this young man here, he has some height, and he is off to the races. I don't know if they're on pace for a personal best, but it seems like he was instructed to take off at first by his coaches. So this anchor leg for Cambridge, just increasing the lead right now. Malden trying to hang in, and their anchor leg will start off with a sprint, just like their third leg did. And Cambridge now, love to get a time on these guys. For a school to have 4 impressive half milers, I mean 4 really, really good half milers, really something to see. And this young man is flying right now for Cambridge. I'm not sure what this first lap is in this 800-meter run of his, but he's really flying. And this is the anchor leg, and an easy win. Somerville now making their handoff for their final leg in the 800-meter run, as Cambridge has just lapped people here. And now it looks like Cambridge a little bit gassed right now. We'll see how he does on this final corner, but an easy win for Cambridge here. That runner there has already been lapped, the runner who just passed him, so he's not a factor. And for the win, Cambridge is coming home here. What an impressive run. And Cambridge will cross the line. They will win this 4x800 meter race easily. And congratulations to them. Somerville still has a lap to go. Everett still has a lap to go. Malden starting to come home now. They will take second place in this race. Nice job by Malden. And we will watch now. Cambridge team, their number 2 800-meter team, they will finish. And they will finish in third place. So in actuality, Cambridge is going to finish 1-3 here because they have 2 4x800-meter teams. Congratulations to them. Somerville will get 4th. Everett will finish 5th. I would say that the most impressive part of this meet today was that 4x800-meter relay team for Cambridge. That, well, their number 1 4x800-meter team. We will be looking at them at the All-State meet in another few weeks. Very, very impressive. As is now, we're going to move on to the next relay race, which will be the 4x400-meter relay team. This is Michael of Everett finishing up. Nice job, Mike. So now the girls' 4x800-meter relay, and this is a situation where the number 1 seed in this relay is Cambridge, Rindge and Latin, and Malden. Somerville, Medford, and Everett. It doesn't look like Medford has a team in this. Looks like Cambridge, Malden, Somerville, and Everett. And off we go. Look for Cambridge here to most likely win this 4x800 meter. Malden's going to have to be on their game. So Cambridge and Malden up front. Young lady from Somerville trying to hang in, but their pace is just too much based on the times that have been run this spring. Unfortunately, the Lady Highlanders just do not have the depth in the distance running department that these other 2 schools have. So Ringe and Latin here in the league. Malden close second. And you can see for the Lady Highlanders, our freshman here out of East Somerville Community School, Jamie, doing a nice job. Very popular freshman Jamie. She's trained hard. She was on the soccer team in the fall, played some freshman soccer for the girls, and now a member of the Lady Highlander outdoor track team. Working hard here. Young lady from Cambridge on this first lap trying to stretch her lead. And the young lady from Malden in second place doing a nice job trying to keep her in sight, trying to give Malden a chance. However, here's an acceleration by the lead runner from Cambridge. She's actually picking up the pace here on her final turn. Malden trying to hang in with an acceleration herself. And looking strong as she tries to finish as quickly as she can. She'll make the handoff. This is leg number 2 for Cambridge. And off we go. Cambridge with the lead, Malden in second. Jamie now in third place. She'll make the handoff, and it looks like she'll hand off to Laxmi Spearing, who just finished a grueling 2-mile race. So she's already tired. Now she's going to run a half-mile. Laxmi Spearing, you are a warrior, young lady. Laxmi, again, she just finished the girls' 2-mile run, and now she's doing the half-mile on the relay team. She has to be exhausted already. But she's going to work here. So Malden holding up second place. The young lady from Cambridge just finished her first lap of the second leg. And barring anything tragic, this will most assuredly be a win in this relay race for Cambridge. Not surprising. Laxmi. And she'll have one more lap to do today, and she, what an effort on her part. She came in fourth in the 2-mile this afternoon. Again, double duty here, running a half-mile. You have less than a quarter-mile to go, Laxmi. The Lady Falcons from Cambridge, Ringe and Latin in full control of the 4x800 meter relay, for sure. She will prepare to make her handoff to the third leg. And a little bit of an acceleration here. Impressive times for the Lady Falcons. And the handoff is made. This is leg number 3, 4x800 meters. Malden now will make the handoff, and I believe the distance is just too much for them to make up. I realize it's the beginning of leg number 3, but Cambridge has such a big lead.
Finals for the girls' long jump. First place, Sydney from Cambridge. Second place, Tiffany from Malden. Third place, Sarah Grace from Somerville.
That's Sarah Grace Magre. Laxmi Spearing finishing up her leg, and the handoff
Results
has
for the
been made.
boys 4x8 meter relay. First place, Cambridge. Second place, Malden. Third place, Somerville.
So the third leg is on, and Cambridge now, less than a quarter mile to go in their third leg, again in full control. Malden here, holding on to second place. Unfortunately, our Lady Highlander relay team just too far back of Malden. So Malden will most assuredly take second place, barring something tragic. And here comes our Lady Highlander. Cambridge now trying to stretch that lead to almost a half a lap. A little bit less than a half lap, I'd say, over Malden. And preparing for the anchor leg. An impressive display of fitness, endurance, long distance running displayed here by the Falcons of Cambridge, Ringe and Latin. It's a very strong girls and boys here in long distance running. It'll be interesting to see which school wins the meet for the girls, whether it be Cambridge or Malden. A lot of first place for both teams. Lady Highlanders have snuck in there on several events themselves. Unfortunately, the Lady Highlanders just do not have the depth in the relays. They have some individually great runners, as we've already seen this afternoon.
Place, Jordan from Cambridge. Second place, Melissa from Somerville. Third place, Patricia from Medford.
And Lady Highlander here. She's getting ready to hand off for the anchor leg. And who's running the anchor leg here? Is that Melissa Baptista? Who am I looking at here? No, try to get a name here. 4x400 right after. Sure. So Ringe and Latin closing this one out here, the last leg. And there is over a half lap lead for Cambridge right now. Malden in second, Somerville in third, Everett in fourth. And an impressive anchor leg here for Cambridge. Aaron, this young lady here, putting on a clinic right now. And she will finish with a win for Cambridge, Ringe and Latin. The Lady Highlanders will have another lap to go. Bless you, Aaron. And Malden rounding her final corner. So second place for Malden. And a third place finish will be the Lady Highlanders. We have one event left and that is the 4x400 meter relay coming right up. This is a race of speed and endurance, of course, 1 lap each.
The girls 4x8 meter relay finals. First place, Cambridge. Second place, Malden. Third place, Somerville.
And now we are ready for the 4x400 meter relay. Again, 1 lap around the track. The fastest time in the Greater Boston League this year is 4:17, and that was done by Medford. So this will be interesting. Now Medford High School jumping into the fray. You can see Somerville. Looks like Nigel Baugh on that first leg. Speed and endurance, the quarter mile.
Come on, Nigel!
Nigel Baugh here, doing a nice job. Very tough race. So Cambridge, Rindge, and Latin, Somerville, and Malden. Nigel with the edge. Now the handoff. And the handoff going to looks like Paulo Guedes, if I'm not mistaken. Who are we looking at here? So in first place right now, Cambridge and Malden, sharing that basically. Somerville in second. And now taking off here is Cambridge. And they are just flying here in the second leg. Big, strong young man from Cambridge. Malden second. And actually, this is Joao Baptista running the second leg for Somerville. Joao Baptista making the handoff. So again, Cambridge and Malden, and just speed all around in this quarter mile. Speed, speed, demon speed for sure. Rounding that final corner in this third leg. Very impressive. Malden trying to hang on. The handoff will be made, and again, barring anything tragic, Cambridge will win this 4x400 meter relay. However, Malden finishing quick. Can Malden catch here? The handoff made. Marcelo Grosina running the anchor for the boys 4x400 relay team. And Malden coming on against Cambridge. So I take that back. Malden, what a recovery. And the pass will be made entering the final corner. Malden and Cambridge will battle. Has the Cambridge runner, is he gassed? Looking strong as Malden, and the race is on. I believe the Cambridge runner is gassed here. Malden looking to finish this, and they will win. And a spectacular comeback, the 4x400 meter relay. Cambridge had it locked up, it looked like. However, Malden coming on strong. Marcelo finishing. Great job, Marcelo. The Highlander boys will take third. And what a race that was. Quarter mile relay, always exciting. And Malden and Cambridge just going back and forth, duking it out. Cambridge looked like they had it in the bag. The third runner for Malden, that third leg, he almost caught the Cambridge third runner, who looked like he's just slowed down a lot at the finish there, which brought Malden back into the race. And the fourth leg, made it easy for the Malden anchor leg to go catch the Cambridge runner. What a race that was. And now the end of the meet here, the final run of the day is the girls 4x400 meter relay. And this is it. This is the end of the meet here. And the relay is always exciting. You saw the sprinting prowess of Malden in the 4x100. You saw the distance ability from Cambridge in the 4x800. And then that quarter-mile relay just now, Malden and Cambridge. What a battle that was. And now it comes down to the girls here. Everett, Cambridge, Malden's, and the Lady Highlanders of Somerville. And off we go. And the team to beat in this relay here are the girls from Cambridge. They have the fastest time in the GBL this year. And right now, it's Cambridge and Malden up front. Lady Highlanders in third. So Cambridge with the lead. Another impressive looking athlete here up front. Malden trying to close here. The handoff will be made. And incoming here. Jennifer Bermudez taking the handoff for the Lady Highlanders. Cambridge on the run. Jennifer with some speed. Good job, Jen. She's trying to catch the Malden runner. Boy, if she could hold that pace. Extremely fast pace to try to hold here. And the Cambridge runner up front in full control of leg number 2 of this relay. And unless Cambridge relaxes a little bit, they're going to win this relay race. Jennifer Bermudez trying to chase down the young lady from Malden. What a leg she's running, though. Cambridge here looking impressive. And this is leg number 3 for them. Jennifer, great job, Jen. Handoff will be made to Catherine Nakato. One Winter Hill girl to another here. Go Catherine. And she'll try to chase down Malden. And we can see some speed here coming from the young lady from Malden. I believe the girl from Cambridge too far ahead. And Catherine now trying to make up some space, some ground on Malden. And a final sprint here from this third leg of Cambridge. And the anchor leg for Cambridge looks like she has some height. We look for a long stride from her. She'll take off. Malden incoming. Catherine again making up some ground here in this third leg. Impressive. This is Kaylee Lima. And Catherine made up some ground on Malden very definitely. Kaylee's going to have to chase here. Cambridge will win the relay. Now it's a battle for second. Can Kaylee catch her here? This is interesting. Kaylee turning on the jets. And I think she might catch her. Congratulations to Cambridge here. They're going to win this relay race, but a battle for second. And we'll see if Kaylee can put on an acceleration here on this final turn. The battle is on. Does Kaylee have something left in the tank? And she's going to have to give it everything she has now to catch her. Malden just a little bit too far ahead. So nice job, Kaylee. The Lady Highlanders will finish third. What a race here, though. The 4x400 meter relay, always impressive. But what a meet we have witnessed today, for sure. Educational Channel 15, very much enjoying the fact that we came here this afternoon to bring you this coverage. We were just told that the Lady Highlanders won this meet. The boys, as we were told earlier, won the meet. What a day for Somerville Highlander track and field. Winners of this Greater Boston League Championship meet, both the Lady Highlanders and the boys. What a meet it was. And we have some athletes here who will now compete at the state level, most assuredly in the high jump. Joao Baptista. Erin, great job. Erin Romano. My name is Tim Cronin. Thank you, Joe Constantine, for Educational Channel 15. This has been a wonderful day this spring. We will see you next time.